Hello dear LELB users or followers or members of our community. Today I'm going to teach you one of the courses of 1100 words you need to know in order to improve your vocabulary. I'm Dr. Hariri, and I hope that this course will be useful to you. Hello and welcome to another session of our English vocabulary classes series of vocabulary classes on the basis of 1100 words you need to know, one of the best-selling course books in the field of English vocabulary. This session we will focus on week 7, day 4. Alright, new words of 1100 words you need to know, week 7, day 4. As usual, we have 5 new words here. The first word is terminate. Terminate means to put an end or a stop to something, to make something or somebody extinct. The next word is forthwith. Forthwith means immediately, right away. It's clear, immediately, right away. Next word is exacerbate. Exacerbate means, let's say, make something worse, aggravate, irritate, and to just do something to a situation or condition so that the overall condition actually gets worse. Revert. Revert means to go back to a previous position or situation or condition. So to go back to return. And the last word is oust. As a verb, oust means to expel, to drive out, to eject, to force something out. Okay, the passage in which the 5 words have been used. So, please pay attention. The title is Happy Ending. Following an executive session. Executive means, here is an adjective, and it means managerial. It refers to the managerial techniques and affairs that are intended to get something done. The school board ordered the principal headmaster, to terminate the suspension and to send the boys back to class forthwith, means immediately. So they asked the headmaster or the dean to just allow the students to come back to school immediately, unless it could be shown that, remember, when you use unless, the following verb should always be affirmative and positive, because unless is negative by itself. So if you want to change it with if, you should say if it could not be shown that blah blah blah. So unless it could be shown that their presence disrupted the learning process, it means that actually if it was proven that their presence, referring to the presence of the boys, disrupted, means prevented, hindered the process of learning, or created or causes some problems, or caused, in the simple past tense, some problems, there was no reason to bar the boys. So if they did not just create problems or cause problems to the learning process in that school, nobody could bar them from the school. Bar as a verb means to prevent somebody from entering a particular place, here the school. So nobody could bar the boys if they were not actually disruptive, or if they did not have any disruptive behavior. Okay, it was a bitter pill to swallow for the principal. So the principal or headmaster actually had to just cope with a very upsetting situation. A bitter pill to swallow, it means something that should be done, but actually it's not pleasant. It is really unpleasant. Whose irritation, anger was exacerbated, had become worse. It had worsened, or had been worsened. It had become actually in a less tolerable situation by the ruling. Ruling refers to an official decision made by usually a judge in the court of law. So because actually their case had been taken to the court of law, and the principal had to allow the students to enter the school, unwillingly, by the way. So but some of this thing was taken out of the victory when the boys appeared in school the next day with their hair clipped to a respectable length. Sting here as a noun, it refers to a trauma or an upsetting effect of a bad situation that the headmaster had or had experienced. It says that the headmaster became happier when he saw that the hair, or the boy's hair, had been cut short, clipped short. So it was somehow a relief to him. When the boys appeared in a school the next day, the following day, with their hair clipped or cut to a respectable length, normal, acceptable length. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief. So the situation was eased. Okay, and more, let's say, tolerable. Just as things were about to revert to normalcy, however, the same French teacher then demanded that a girl be ousted from school for wearing a mini skirt. On the other hand, just that things were about to, when we say something is about to plus a bare infinitive, it means that it is imminent. It is likely to happen. So the prospect of happening actually is very strong. So yeah. So it says when they were about to revert. Revert means to go back to a previous situation or condition, usually a better one. So to return back to a previous situation. Normalcy in British English we say normality, normal case, normal conditions. So we were about to experience normal conditions as we used to. However is a coordinating conjunction that is frequently used in formal situation, formal language products, particularly writing, in order to show contrast. So a contrastive situation has happened here. However, the same French teacher who was so pushy and bossy and, let's say, overbearing and demanding, and maybe actually was a dictator, demanded that a girl be ousted from a school for wearing a mini skirt. Demand as a verb is a very strong word or verb. It says that actually he asked firmly from a person to do something, and usually we say, and the other person actually has to accept it under duress or by force. So this is a very forceful verb or action. Demanded that a girl be ousted. So why do we have be here? Because because of demand, should has been omitted before be. So the original text has been something like this. He demanded that the girl should be ousted, and should has been omitted because actually demand is strong enough by itself, and we don't need to use should here again. So the girl should be ousted or bar. Do you remember? It means actually to prevent somebody from entering, or actually to expel somebody from a place, from a school, for wearing or putting on a mini skirt. Yeah, short skirt. Alright, thank you for your attention. Alright, sample sentences. Use the words in the following sentences. Number 1. It seemed incongruous to terminate his employment just when he was so successful. It was rather, let's say, contradictory, strange, weird, unexpected, incongruous, to terminate, to stop, to quit, to put an end to his employment, his job, just when he was so successful. Therefore, actually, it was really contradictory, weird, paradoxical. Okay. Sentence 2. Upon seeing the show, he called the TV studio forthwith to protest. Forthwith means immediately. Upon seeing the show means immediately after seeing the show. He just called the TV studio forthwith, immediately, to protest, to show complaint, to complain about something. Remember that protest, with the stress on the second syllable, is a verb, and when it is used as a noun, it is pronounced protest. The stress shifts to the first syllable. So this phenomenon is called conversion, when we have one word with different parts of speech. Sentence 3. The ushers moved with alacrity to oust the disorderly patrons. Usher as a noun has two meanings. One that is suitable in this sentence. It means a person who guides people in a courtroom, who is responsible to guide actually people who just go in and out of a court of law, and so he's responsible for just guiding the people in a courtroom. And the other meaning is a person who has the same responsibility but in a movie room or theater room, theater hall or movie hall, but it does not make sense here. So the ushers moved with alacrity means with let's say rapidity, speed and quickness, to oust, to throw out, to eject, drive out, or expel the disorderly patrons. Patron is a supporter, is an extreme supporter, a fan, a person who is involved in particular activities in an organization. Disorderly means here actually disruptive. So those who just cause a lot of problems in an organization or in a particular activity. So the usher just threw them out of the courtroom, perhaps. Number 4, after taking the drug, she began to revert to the days of her childhood. So upon taking the drugs, she just remembered her early childhood perhaps, and return to those days, old days, because revert means to go back to the previous situation or scenario. Number 5, the arrest of the spy did much to exacerbate relations between the two countries. So when they just captured the spy who just let's say report some information illegally, this is the main responsibility or activity of a spy, did much to exacerbate. As a matter of fact, what he did or she did worsened or aggravated or made the situation worse, the relationship here between the two countries. Okay, the two countries became hostile or aloof to each other just because of the spy being arrested. Alright, matching exercise. Number 6, terminate matches to end, and to put an end to stop something. 7, forthwith, immediately, right away, in a very short period of time, in no time. Exacerbate, to irritate, to make worse, to aggravate, undermine. Number 9, revert, to return, to go back to a previous situation, condition, stage. Oust, as a verb, means to drive out, to eject, to expel, and that's all. Today's idiom: to have an axe to grind. Idioms should not be translated word by word in order to come across the intended meaning. So you can get the main idea by translating, usually by translating word by word, but it should be just, you should consult your dictionary in order to get the main meaning of an idiom. So, to have an axe to grind, it means to have a selfish motive or reason in the background. It means that you do something but you have a very strong opinion about it, and you are rather opinionated or stubborn, or let's say you are dogmatic about it. You stick to your guns. It means that you just insist on something because you believe in something. So I'm always dubious or doubtful about the motives. Motive is a reason that is usually hidden about doing something. Of a man who tells me that he has no axe to grind. Grind as a verb, it has several meanings, but here it means actually to break something into smaller pieces, to smash something, to crush something, C-R-U-S-H. And also another meaning is to sharpen something or make something sharper by just rubbing the surface of that. For example, you grind knives or swords. Alright, in order to, I'm Dr. Muhammad Hussein Hariri Asl. You can just visit my website at lelb.net, and at the footer of the website you can have all the contact information that is necessary to contact me. My telephone number, Skype ID, email address, Telegram channel, and even actually Apparat and YouTube channel. And I live in Tehran, Iran, and you can, if you really need to improve your English, particularly for IELTS and TOEFL exam, and also for a variety of other reasons, to have interviews and for the sake of immigration, and to write your thesis and so on and so forth for academic purposes, I can help you. And remember that the first session is always free, and you can contact me, and I would be eager to help you. As usual, there is a comment form at the bottom of this page on my website in blue, and if you are a logged in member, or actually if you are not logged in, you can use your social media accounts to log in to our website and leave your questions in the form of comments, and I will get back to you as soon as possible with accuracy. And you can actually put a trust in my expertise, and just ask your English questions on my community that is going to be yours too. Thank you, and see you soon.